Hey guys, this is Take It Out, and today we are going to be talking about what Apple released at the new event that happened yesterday. So, let's get started. So starting off with by far the biggest announcement at the event, the new iPad Pro, and it also has a new Apple Pencil that you can use with it. It comes in two sizes, an 11-inch and a 12.9-inch, and you can get up to 1 terabyte storage capacities. That is exactly 125 times an 8 gigabyte capacity of like an old iPhone 4S. If any of you still use that, which I know people who do, then you have got a huge storage upgrade if you upgrade to the 1 terabyte iPad like this one. Another cool thing about it is it does not have a home button. I've been waiting for this for a while, as you can see here on the schematics, that it does not have any home button here. It uses the home bar and the new gestures like in the iOS 12 on the iPad. It is really outstanding, and I can't wait to go check this out at an Apple store. So as usual, it has all the normal buttons, and it has 4 speakers and 5 microphones. That's a lot of microphones. But finally, Apple has caught up to the rest of the gang with implementing USB-C to the new iPad. As far as the camera on it, that's another big upgrade. We actually get that portrait mode and the portrait lighting from the iPhone XR with the single lens camera, so that's pretty awesome as well. So now let's go ahead and talk about the Mac Mini. As you may know, the Mac Mini has not been updated since 2012, but it finally has been updated at the event yesterday. We've been waiting for this for a long time. That's why many people don't use the Mac Mini anymore, as the specs do not keep up with the newer Macs. So finally, it got a huge spec upgrade. You can get up to a 6-core processor, 64 gigabytes of RAM, and a 2 terabyte SSD. That's almost catching up with the iMac Pro in some areas. It is pretty awesome. Now, the price is a different story. The old Mac Mini started at $500. This one starts at $799. But it does start with SSD storage instead of HDD storage, and it starts with 8 gigabytes of RAM, which I believe the last one did. But you do have turbo boost for these processors, as you can see, up to 4.1 gigahertz, which is pretty crazy for a Mac. Oh, and look at that again. USB-C has been added to the new Mac Mini. I'll have to say, I'm actually very impressed with this. I'll be going to the Apple Store soon, hopefully, to check it out and maybe even film a video there. I'm not sure. The 64 gigabytes of RAM is also pretty awesome because, if I'm right, which I'm not entirely sure I am, but I believe the last Mac Mini only went up to 16 gigabytes of RAM. Maybe 32, I'm not sure, but I know 64 is a lot more than it used to be. It also claims that it's 4 times faster speed, so that is going to be pretty awesome, especially if you do any video editing. I mean, this is a pretty solid machine as far as I can tell. I'll be very excited once I get my hands on this. Moving on, we have the new MacBook Air. As you can see here, we have not had a redesign since 2014 either. We did have a 2017 MacBook Air last year, but it hasn't had any new redesign at all. This one actually has some spec upgrades. The last year model, I do not believe, had any upgrades. We finally have Touch ID for the password now on the new MacBook Air, which was not on the previous one. And now we have the Apple T2 security chip, which is also in the iMac Pro for a secure boot. And but the keyboard has been redesigned, and I do love this new gold color. It looks pretty cool. Now, it does not have a touch bar like the MacBook Pros do, but it's still pretty cool, and as well as the touchpad is 20% larger. So here's another huge accomplishment. It is the first Mac made with 100% recycled aluminum. Of course, it does come with macOS Mojave, which I have not tried out yet, as my Mac is actually not compatible. It is a mid-2011 Mac, so I'm thinking about upgrading it anyway, like past its compatibility range, but it may not run very good, so we'll just have to see, but I'm very excited to check out these devices. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and if you feel like being extra awesome, go ahead and drop a like on this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments below, and as usual, I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. Again, thank you so much for watching this. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.